channel. In this video, we are going to learn about TCP/IP protocol suite. OSI model that we discussed in the earlier video is a reference or logical model. TCP/IP was designed and developed by Department of Defense (DoD) in 1960s, and it is based on the protocols. So TCP/IP full form is a Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. So TCP/IP is a concise version of OSI model. So TCP/IP has 4 layers, unlike the 7 layers of OSI model. So TCP/IP is a hierarchical protocol made up of interactive modules, each of which provides a specific functionality. However, the modules are not necessarily independent. Okay, so it is a hierarchical, TCP/IP is a hierarchical model which is made of interactive modules here. Okay, so each layer is having a interactive modules, so which provides a specific functionality. So however, the modules are not independent. So the term hierarchical means that each upper layer protocol is supported by one or more lower level protocols. So in the case of OSI model, we have 7 layers, but here 4 layers. The physical layer and data link layer of the OSI model are merged to host network layer, and the network layer is called as internet layer here, and transport layer, and then sessions layer, presentation layer, and application layer combined to application layer. Okay. So the currently we are using the TCP/IP reference model. The network layer supports ARP, RARP, IP, ICMP, IGMP, and BGP protocols, whereas the transport layer supports TCP and UDP protocols, and the application layer supports HTTP, POP, SMTP, FTP, and DNS protocols. So let us see more about these layers. So first layer is the host network layer. So it is a combination of the physical layer and data link layer in the OSI model. So it supports all the functions of the physical layer and data link layer in the OSI model. So this layer does not have any protocols, but it supports all the protocols which are existed in the higher level layers. Right? So it doesn't have any protocols for the host network layer, but it supports the protocols of the higher level layers. So next one is a network layer or internet layer. So in the network layer, so having different types of protocols. The first one is the address resolution protocol. It is used to find out the physical address corresponding to the logical address. So physical address means MAC address and logical address means IP address. So we can find out the MAC address for the corresponding logical address. Each device will be having IP address and MAC address. So IP address is assigned when the system connects to the internet, and MAC address is the inbuilt address of the particular device, which is in the hexadecimal format, whereas the IP address will be in the format of decimal. So using the ARP protocol, you can find the physical address or MAC address from the corresponding logical address. So actually the nodes use the ARP protocol to broadcast in the local area network by using the broadcasting MAC address, and it is used by the host or router to find the physical address of the another host or router in the local area network. And the another protocol is RARP, that is reverse address resolution protocol. So it is used to find out the logical address that corresponds to the physical address or MAC address. So here we are obtaining the IP address. Okay. So reverse address resolution protocol. Using this protocol, the system can obtain its own IP address by using its own MAC address. Okay. But for the case of the ARP protocol, so the node is using the ARP protocol to find the physical address of the another host in the local area network. So next one is in the RARP protocol. So it maps the MAC address from the IP address. It uses the node uses the broadcasting process. So it will broadcast the IP address. And the RARP protocol is used by the servers or workstations to find its own IP address, whereas the ARP protocol is used by a system or router to know the IP address of the nearby devices. So next protocol in the network layer is Internet Protocol. It provides unreliable connectionless protocol. So what is meant by unreliable? So unreliable means the data may be lost, and if the sender is sending some frame to the receiver, then there is no acknowledgement from the receiver that whether the sent data is received or not. So unreliable means there is no acknowledgement and data may transfer safely or not. And connectionless protocol means it is a wireless protocol. The data is transferred through wireless medium. So it never provides a guarantee for successful data transmission. IP protocol never provides guarantee for the successful data transmission because we are using the unreliable connectionless protocol. It provides best effort delivery. So what is meant by best effort delivery here? So there will be no error checking and tracking. And the data units which are carried by the IP are said to be datagrams. Okay, so the data which travels from sender to receiver using the Internet protocol are called datagrams. The Internet protocol is divided into two types, that is IPv4, that is Internet protocol version 4 and version 6. So we are having the IPv4 and IPv6. So currently we are using the IPv4. So IPv4 addressing we are using. So it is of length 32 bit, whereas the IPv6 is of length 128 bit. So the future will be IPv6 addressing. So IPv6 is developing. Now currently we are using the IPv4 addressing. Okay. So the addressing will be in the format of decimal, whereas in the IPv6 it will be in the format of hexadecimal. Okay. So due to the increase of the number of devices connected to the internet, so the IPv addressing is having a shortfall of the address. So that's why we are moving to the IPv6 addressing. Next one is the IGMP, Internet Group Message Protocol. It is used to send same message for a group of people. So using this protocol, we can send messages to a group of people. Next one is the Broader Gateway Protocol. So using the Broader Gateway Protocol, we can send the data between two autonomous systems. So this is a inter-domain routing protocol. So inter-domain routing protocol means the data can be sent from one network to another network here. That means a device in one network is transferring the data to device in another network. The next one is the transport layer. So the transport layer, we are having two types of protocols, that is TCP and UDP. The transmission control protocol. So it is a reliable connection oriented protocol and it provides a reliable stream of data delivery. Okay, so it is a reliable. Reliable means it provides the acknowledgement for the data received and it is a wide transmission. The data is transferred through a wide medium. So that's why it provides a reliable stream of data delivery. Okay, so the data will be transferred successfully to the receiver using this protocol. Okay, and this protocol is error free and the message is divided into multiple number of segments using the TCP protocol. Okay, so this follows a segmentation and reassembly. That means it will divide the message into multiple number of sequences or segments and transmit the data. So whenever there is a loss of data, then we can easily recover the lost data by using the sequence number. Okay. Here data units which are carried by TCP are said to be packets. The data transferred using this TCP protocol is called as packets. This TCP protocol has an increase in overhead. So that's why there is an increase in cost for using this TCP protocol. And TCP is a reliable, error-free protocol, and it applies flow control mechanism for transferring the data. So the next one is UDP. So before going to UDP, let us see the difference between packet and datagram. So packet is a connection-oriented data unit as it is carried by TCP, whereas the datagram, so it is a connectionless as it is carried by UDP and IP. So next one is the UDP, user datagram protocol. So it is a unreliable connectionless protocol. That means so that the data is transferred through a connectionless wireless medium, and it is unreliable because we are not getting the acknowledgement for the transferred message. So the transmitted message may or may not reach the destination. It never guarantees for successful data transmission. Guarantees for successful data transmission. That means there is since there is no acknowledgement, so it may or may not transmit the data. And data units which are carried by UDP are said to be datagrams. So the data units in the UDP protocol is called as the datagrams. UDP is a connectionless, unreliable and cost-effective protocol. So whereas TCP is a reliable and somewhat costly protocol. Okay. So next one is the application layer. So in the application layer, we are having set of protocols, that is hypertext transfer protocol, post office protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, FTP, that is file transfer protocol, and domain name server. So these are the different protocols of the application layer. So normally a user will interact with the applications, right? So he can only interact with the applications from this reference model. So normally if you want to search a particular website, then you will search HTTP followed by the website name. So what is the HTTP here? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is used to check given URL address in web browser. Okay. It will check the given URL address in the web browser. So in the HTTP we are having two types, that is HTTP and HTTPS. So here HTTPS means the word S stands for secure. So we will use the HTTPS protocol for the secure connection. So it combines the HTTP and the secure socket layer. And we will be using this HTTPS to fill the forms and for the authentication purpose, like signing in into your mail and for performing the bank transactions. Okay, so basically the HTTP will establish the communication between the client and the server, that is the browser and the server. Next one is the POP, post office protocol. It is used to download the attached files from the mail. Okay, so using this post office protocol, you can download the attachments from the mail. So next one is the simple mail transfer protocol. It is used to transfer the messages without maintaining copy of that file. Okay, so using this protocol we can transfer the messages without maintaining copy of that particular file. So to transfer the mails, we will be using this SMTP protocol, and to download the attachments in the mail, we use the POP protocol. And the next one is the FTP, that is a file transfer protocol. It transfers mail but maintains a copy of the sent mail. So this protocol also transfers the mail, but it maintains a copy of the sent mail. So here it will act as a store and forward device, FTP protocol. Okay. The next one is the domain name system, that is DNS. So it provides three types of domains, that is generic domain, country domain, and inverse domain. So what is meant by domain name system? So domain name system will translate the particular website name into IP address. Okay, the domain name or website name into IP address. So normally we cannot remember the IP address, right? Suppose I want to search the google.com. Okay, so we can easily remember the name, that is google.com, but it will be difficult to remember the IP address of the Google server. So that's why we're using the domain name or the website name here. So it provides three types of domains, that is generic domain, country domain, and inverse domain. So generic domain means, so the website will be ending with .com, .edu if it is a education website, and .org for the organizations. And country domain, so the domain will be ending with the .in or .uk, that is google.in, like that. And the next one is the inverse domain. All the web page file formats will be in the inverse domain format. So this is about the TCP IP reference model. I hope you understand this concept. Thanks for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.